What is the deal, YouTube? Ty here, back with another video. How's it going, everybody? If you're new to the channel, what's going on? If you're returning, what's up? Today I am talking about stocks, and I hope you guys like the different style of video. I decided to do a little sit down video. I know my lighting isn't the best right now either. I need to invest in some lighting, but enough of that later. Before I get into the video, if you have not already, subscribe to the channel. If you like gun content, I have plenty more on the way. So stay tuned, hit that notification bell, and you'll be notified when I release a new video. So let's get into it. So I wanted to talk a little bit about stocks, and I know it's not the most exciting topic, but it is important because ultimately the stock is one of the points of contact on your rifle, depending on on your setup. So it is important to, depending on what you're doing, whether you're precision shooting, kind of whatever, it's important to talk about it. And I have a couple here in front of me that I've played around with that I like. I haven't used a whole lot, but there's some that I like, and these are the ones that I'm going to show you today. So first things first, I have the standard M4 style stock here. So there is literally nothing special about this stock here. I mean, really, it's just one of those things where it's just, the stock is just something that is, depending on the user, it's obviously part of the furniture that you want to run on your gun. Everybody's a little different. Everybody has their own style, so their own taste. So that's what's nice about that. But we have the M4 style stock here. There's nothing special about it. This will get the job done. You don't need to change it. This will pretty much serve all your needs. I know some of the, this is adjustable. All the stocks I'm going to be talking about today are adjustable, and none of them I'm talking about are fixed. But there's nothing special about this one. You could leave it on here. This came with my Ruger, and as some of them do nowadays, you can get stocks that come with different furniture. I think it's Springfield. I think they ship with some of the different, I think it's like the BCM furniture. Correct me if I'm wrong, I'm pretty sure, but nowadays you can just get some of the stocks that you would be looking at before, after you bought your rifle, and after it came with the M4 style, you'd be looking at them later. But some of them do come with that already, so that's nice as well. But got your standard M4 style stock here. Not the most comfortable cheek weld, but it's pretty plain Jane, and it'll essentially get the job done. So the next one I have here is the Magpul CTR. Magpul's big in the game. Magpul knows what they're talking about. Magpul's been doing this for a while. I know for a while, a lot of people got away from the Magpul furniture, but you cannot discredit them, and you just can't stray away from Magpul. This is the CTR here, though. There's plenty of versions of these. I know a lot of people like the MOE. I mean, there's really so many, but I like the CTR here. It has a nice, decent cheek weld, as you can see here. So it allows me to get on it. I was going to change out the stock every time and put it on my rifle. I probably could have did that, but whatever. So I'll probably still end up doing that. But this is the Magpul CTR, if you guys know. And what's nice about these guys, so I don't have a Ranger band on this one. And some of you may know or may not know, the Ranger band pretty much serves a couple of different purposes, but I'll talk about that here in a second. I mean, we'll get to that here in a second. But the CTR here, it comes with your six position adjustable, and you have this lever here to kind of lock it there, and then once you change it, it kind of pops back out again. So that's cool there. But the Magpul CTR has a nice cheek weld on it as well. I know I look kind of funny doing that without a buffer tube, without an actual rifle, but whatever, you get what I'm talking about. You know about the Magpul products. I think this guy comes in at around 8 ounces, so it's not the heaviest. I have one that's going to be a little bit heavier on this list. That's heavier than this. So but nonetheless, though, this one looks good depending on what kind of furniture you run. Again, this is all preference, but the furniture is nice. I mean, I think Magpul does a good job. I mean, again, they've been in the game for a little while and a lot of people like their stuff. So yeah, this one's a good one, and you'll get a good decent cheek weld. I haven't changed the butt pad on this, but I mean, a lot of guys, depending on some of the optics that you guys run, recoil, depending on what kind of shooting you're doing, some people can extend this to where it's a little higher depending on like what kind of optic they're running. And then if somebody wants to change out the butt pad or the base pad or whatever you want to call it, you can change this out as well to give you a little bit more cushion. So that's nice as well. But moving on to the next one, that's the Magpul CTR, and we'll get to the next one. Okay, so this next one is, as you can see, this is the MFT. So this one is the Mission First Battle Link Minimalist and Mission First Tactical. This one has like a triangle shape, whatever. Cheek weld. This one's kind of an upgrade actually from the MOE. We'll compare the CTR, but you can see here, so this one here is the MFT, and this is the Magpul, and you can just kind of see the small differences, but one of the biggest differences on these two stocks that I have here is this one's way lighter. So I think this one comes in around 5.8 ounces, and 5.8 ounces, that's pretty light. I think that's actually really nice. If I'm being honest, I don't like the way it looks. Something about it, just the aesthetics, I do not like it. It's very good. There's nothing wrong with this at all. It's really, it's all user preference. You get a good cheek weld on it. And if depending on what kind of setup you're running, if you have an SBR, 14.5 inch barrel, 13.7, whatever you're running, man, if you're looking for a light, if you're doing a lot of movement, whatever, if you want something light, man, throw this one on. I would say it's still probably fairly rugged, but I mean, definitely you're gonna get that lighter feel to it. You're gonna get that, be able to move a little quicker, and it's nice to have it on there. It really is. You only have the QD like attachment here, but depending on how you run your sling on this one is nice because you can go either side. I like to run mine opposite side. We could talk about sling setups and stuff like that later, but this one only has has the QD mount right there, the QD attachment there, so you can get it in there, and then kind of like going back to the M4 style, you just kind of you have this, and you have the attach it here for your sling, and it's kind of it. But some people kind of run their sling through here too, but again, we'll talk about a sling setup in a later video as well. So I just wanted to bring this back up. So this is the MFT. I mean, there's not a whole lot to talk about it. A lot of people like this one. Has a nice little curve in it, and again, it all depends on like what kind of shooting you're doing too, so keep that in mind for choosing your stock. The last one I have on this list is one I currently have on my rifle that I'm running right now on my AR setup right now. Let me know what your guys' favorite stock is, why it's your favorite stock. And so lastly, we have the B5 Systems stock here, and this rifle is clear. There's nothing in here. There's nothing in here. Okay, so this is the B5 Systems here, and kind of like I mentioned earlier, so I have my Ranger band on it, and with the Ranger band, it allows you to not for one only sling management, but also to keep this part down here, because depending on what you're doing, you might need to collapse it really quick, whatever. So that's nice because it just allows it for it to stay in place. So going back to the B5, this is actually the B5 system here is a fan favorite. A lot of people like this guy. This one is lightweight, and for the space that you get, it's really nice. And I get a good, decent cheek weld on this guy here, but it's pretty nice. I get a solid cheek weld on it, and I think it's nice. So I tried the enhanced version, and so with the enhanced version, it's a little bit beefier, and it allows you to store battery compartments in these. So it allows you to allows you to have the battery compartments in these. So depending on what kind of optic you're running, I run an EOTech on my other one of my other setups, and it's just nice because you can have that, but it's a little bit beefier. I liked how it looked on this guy here. You guys have seen this before, but I mean, comparatively to, you know, even like something like a CTR, I mean, I think they look good. You can see the difference in the cheek welds there a little bit, but I mean, really, so it's just really dependent on what kind of like what you want. Obviously it's a different look than the MFT and the standard M4, but again, it's really all preference. I think this guy comes in a little bit around, it's a little bit heavier, so keep that in mind. This guy's a little bit heavier. It's like 9.5 ounces versus, like, you know, the CTR, and then obviously of course the MFT. So depending on what kind of setup you're running, just keep that in mind. But this one is a fan favorite. A lot of people like the B5 Systems one. Another one that I wanted to talk about, it just reminds me, is the Bravo Company one, the BCM one. I know Travis Haley kind of designed that one, and it looks good. A lot of people like that one as well. I don't have that one in front of me, but I want to mention it because it is a good one. But there's just really so many. I know a lot of people, back to this one, I know a lot of people like to even use this one for, some people use it for precision shooting. And so, you know, just keep that in mind when you're looking to get one of these guys. But that's really it. That's all I have for you guys. I just kind of want to just kind of go over a couple different stocks, a couple different options that you can choose from. There's so many. I mean, really pick one that you want that's going to be best for your application. Again, some of them are a little heavier, like the like the Magpul STRs. There's so many different Magpul ones, but it's really all dependent on kind of what you want. You know, different storage compartment. I mean, it really is, you know, how you could run the sling, how easily it adjusts. I know I forgot to mention that some of these, like for instance, this Magpul CTR, it really kind of sucks because it's a little, like, it has a little wiggle to it. And this one right here, this one has like a good amount. It fits pretty well on the buffer tube. So keep that in mind as well. You know, you might have to play around with a couple, but eventually you'll settle on one and it'll serve you right. And if it serves you right, then you are good to go. But that's all I have for you guys. Let me know what you guys think. What is your favorite stock to put on your setup? Let me know what you guys think. Which one has given you, just, you know, which one's comfortable, all that stuff. Let me know down in the comments below. And again, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. It really helps me out. I started a Patreon, but if you guys want to help the channel out, and you know, that'll be perfect as well. If not, I'm going to keep doing this thing. So let me know what you guys think of the stocks I showed you guys here. But that's all I have for you guys. It's your boy Ty. I hope everybody's good, and I hope you guys like this style of video. And until next time, peace.